You are living in chains, and you might not even realize it yet. Every dependency you cling to is another shackle. Addiction is a thief in the night, robbing you of your freedom and agency. But what if you could break the cycle and seize control once more? Here's a mantra to anchor your journey towards freedom. I am not a prisoner of my desires. I command my actions. I want you to pause right now and comment, I am not a prisoner of my desires. I command my actions. Below. Do it to solidify this manifesto in your reality. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Addiction is not just about substances. It's an emotional chain that binds you to familiar suffering. Epictetus once said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." Your response is your power. When you lean into your own strength, you rise above the chaos. Imagine a ship in a storm. The waves crash and the wind howls, but the captain stands firm, steering the ship through the tempest with calm determination. That captain is you. Only you decide how to navigate the storms of desire. But hold up. If this is stirring something within you, hit the subscribe button. It's a small action for you, but a giant step for your mind. Now, let's delve deeper. Seneca spoke of living in accordance with nature. Addiction is not natural. It's a distortion, a deviation from your true self. To break free, you must redirect your will. Shift your focus from what harms to what heals. Remember, the more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. Harness the power of your will. Analyze your habits. Understand your triggers. That's how you strip away the chains, link by link. Reclaim your freedom. You are not what holds you back. You are the force that rises above. 1. Rule of clarity. Define your enemy. Your enemy is not what you think it is. Addiction is cunning, elusive, and invisible. It hides in shadows, masquerading as comfort, but don't be fooled. Rule of clarity. Define your enemy. You cannot fight what you do not see. Like Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. But first, you must see clearly. Imagine your mind as a warrior's arena. You need to know your opponent's every move, every weakness. This means identifying what truly drives your addiction. Is it escapism? Is it a void seeking to be filled? Clarity is your weapon. Only then can you tackle it head-on. Take a moment to step back. Write down a personal list. Name the behaviors and causes. Bring them into the light. This might seem simple, but this first step is profound. It's the beginning of understanding and liberation. Identify what feeds the addiction. Is it stress, loneliness, or boredom? Pinpoint its roots. You can't cut down a tree by snipping at branches. Go for the trunk. And remember, Seneca reminds us, if a man does not know to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. If you define your enemy, every step you take becomes deliberate, a move toward victory. Pause for 1 second. If this is hitting you, hit that subscribe button. It tells me to keep making these for you. Now let's get back. Once you see your enemy clearly, you can strategize. You can plot your path. This is how you gain true control, not by reacting blindly, but by responding with precision. You are the master strategist of your own life. Don't let your enemy remain a shadow. Chase it out into the open light. 2. Rule of awareness. Spot the hidden triggers. Stop. Before you plunge into the next task or habit, understand this. Your enemy feeds on stealth. Hidden triggers lurk, waiting to push you off course, until you learn to see them for what they are. An unexamined life is not worth living, said Socrates. This is more than a mantra. It's a call to action. I command my actions. I command my thoughts. This is the principle I want you to adopt. Now, I insist, pause right now and comment, I command my actions. I command my thoughts. Below. This isn't just a comment, it's a contract with yourself. Each like is a chorus supporting your resolve. These triggers often hide as emotions like anxiety, frustration, or the urge to escape. They might be masked by mundane routines. A phone buzz ticks your boredom. A notification cuts through your peace. In your head, these tiny pulls feel enormous. But here's the truth. They're only powerful because you don't acknowledge them. They're shadows hiding in the fog. Let me paint a picture with a bit of history. Marcus Aurelius, even as a Roman emperor, faced doubt and distraction. He was surrounded by temptation and chaos. Yet, he wrote to himself, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." He identified his triggers of weakness and turned them into reminders of his purpose. Imagine your day. You're at work. Stress builds up unseen, like pressure beneath the earth. It's the email you dread. It's the conversation you avoid. These are the hidden triggers. By naming them, you power them down. You reduce their ability to surprise you. If you commit to noticing, truly seeing these triggers, they lose their grip before they even tighten it. You switch from helpless reaction to empowered response. You become the hunter, not the hunted. Now, if anything resonated with you so far, take a breather. If you're gaining from this wisdom, subscribe. This is the kind of insight that keeps the fire alive within you. Hit that button before it fades. Returning to our mission, track your triggers like a Stoic detective. You need not fear the unknown when it is known. You step into each day with clarity. You walk the path of intention, cutting through life's noise with precision. Remember Epictetus. No man is free who is not master of himself. Be the master. Embrace your awareness. 3. Rule of purpose. Ignite your inner fire. Stop drifting through life without a purpose. Your inner fire is waiting to be unleashed. Purpose drives me. My spirit is unbreakable. I want you to pause right now and comment, "Purpose drives me. My spirit is unbreakable," below. Do it to solidify this manifesto in your reality. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Let's put this into perspective. Picture the archer aiming for his target. The arrow is your action. But without a target, where does it land? This is exactly what happens when we live without purpose. It's fleeting, scattered, disorganized. You see, living with purpose is like having a compass. It guides you through the chaos. When Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one," he meant take action. Live with purpose. Focus on what truly matters. Consider the story of Hercules at the crossroads. He stood before two paths, one leading to ease and comfort, the other to hard work and glory. He chose toil and struggle for the sake of a greater purpose. His trials forged his legend. Your purpose is your choice. It doesn't have to be grand, but it needs to be yours. Maybe it's being the best parent you can be. Perhaps it's mastering a craft or seeking knowledge. Purpose binds your identity to your actions. It taps into the deepest part of you, fueling resilience and focus. When you find that purpose, you align your life. Distractions lose their power. Addictions wither in the face of true intention. You become unstoppable, moving through life like a river carving its path through rock. If this is hitting you, hit that subscribe button. It tells me to keep making these for you. Find your reason. Let it be your guiding star. Ask yourself, what legacy do you wish to leave? What's worthy of your time and effort? Write it down. Take that first step. Make your every action echo your purpose. Remember Seneca, as is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters. Let's make your story worth telling. Keep your fire burning. 4. Rule of resilience. Build stoic armor. You are about to make the biggest mistake of your life if you think resilience comes without effort. I am the master of my emotions. I control my choices. I want you to pause right now and comment, I am the master of my emotions. I control my choices, below. Do it to solidify this manifesto in your reality. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. So, how do you build this Stoic armor? Picture this. Life throws storms at you. The job that tests your patience, the relationship that drains your energy, the addiction that whispers sweet lies in your ear. To face these storms, you need an impenetrable shield. This is where the teachings of our Stoic predecessors come into play. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. First, start by training your mind to focus only on what you can control. Your reactions, your actions, everything else. Let it go. Emotions are like guests. They visit, but you decide if they stay. Guard your inner world fiercely. Think of it as building a fortress within. Every time you choose a response over a reaction, you add another brick to your wall. Imagine Epictetus as your guide, reminding you that it is not events themselves that disturb people, but only their judgments about them. Challenge every judgment. Is it real or just a conditioned response? Ask yourself continuously, what is truly under my domain today? Now, if you want to keep receiving these reminders, click the subscribe button now. It's a small action for you, but a giant step for your mind. Next, build routines that strengthen your will. Morning reflections, evening evaluations. Spend time with your thoughts, but do not entertain them endlessly. Move through your day like a warrior with a mission. Each action deliberate, each intention clear. Seneca had a brilliant point. It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Gauge how you're using your time. Connect it with your purpose. Tie every decision to the legacy you aim to create. Every moment counts as a building block in your shield. So, I ask you, when was the last time you acted with pure intention? With full awareness? Comment below and share your thoughts. It's these reflections that begin to mold us into who we truly want to be. Let's keep crafting your story, one resilient choice at a time. What's your next step in this journey? What action will define your story today? 5. Rule of perspective. View from above. Imagine soaring high above your life, like an eagle watching its own journey. The chain of events becomes clear. You see the tiny, often meaningless conflicts below. What's trivial then is trivial now. Let me introduce you to a technique the Stoics adored, the view from above. It's not just a perspective shift. It's a liberation. By stepping outside your immediate struggles, you see them for what they truly are, temporary, fleeting. Marcus Aurelius often practiced this. In his meditations, he suggests seeing oneself as part of the vast, ever-changing universe. His words, look at everything from above. See the vastness of it all. Picture your challenges like ants in a giant world. They seem big when up close, but tiny in the grand scheme. This isn't to ignore them, but to put them in perspective. You reclaim power by seeing them as part of the bigger picture. This clarity fosters resilience. Think about it. The project deadline that feels all-consuming now. It won't matter in 5 years. The argument you had last weekend? Mere noise in the flowing river of time. Use the view from above to detach. Make decisions without the weight of unnecessary emotions clouding your judgment. It is a practice of scaling back your ego and remembering that you are but a small part of a larger whole. Take a breath. Rise above. Ask yourself, how important will this be a year from now? Often, the answer is liberating. It allows for deliberate action, guided by reason rather than impulse. Allow yourself this moment of elevation. When you practice it regularly, anxiety releases. Your fear shrinks, your purpose expands, and perspective is your wings. Pause for 1 second. If this is hitting you, hit that subscribe button. It tells me to keep making these for you. And as you come back to Earth and start navigating through your life again, keep this view in mind. Let it guide you through conflicts and stress, helping you focus on what truly matters. Your life, too, is part of a larger story, a story that you are crafting. Make it one of wisdom and calm. I am the master of my perspective, not its slave. 6. Rule of obstacle mastery. Transform struggles into strength. Have you ever considered that the biggest obstacles might be your greatest teachers? Challenges do not signify the end of the road, but are road signs that point you toward growth. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This is the essence of the 6th rule of obstacle mastery. Transform struggles into strength. Life will test you. People will underestimate you. Circumstances will try to break you. But each struggle tests your resolve and builds the muscles of your character. Think of it this way. Just as lifting weights strengthens the body, confronting challenges strengthens the mind. A real-life example for you. Imagine being turned down for a job. It's easy to see this as a failure, but the Stoic looks deeper. That rejection is an opportunity to reevaluate your path, to arm yourself with new skills, or to ignite a change you've been avoiding. It forces a lens on your life, pushing you to look at what truly matters to you. Epictetus, another great Stoic philosopher, famously stated, "We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them." How powerful is that? It means the real obstacle isn't the external situation, but our mindset in response to it. So, I challenge you. Next time you face a hurdle, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" Consciously decide to learn and grow, to turn every struggle into stepping stones. If you internalize this as a rule, your life transforms. You become a person of action, resilience, and strength. If this is the kind of wisdom and strength you desire, there's more of it to come. Hit that subscribe button. Let me remind you each week of the power you hold. Return now to the world of obstacles, armed with the clarity of perspective. Embrace the rule, and let every challenge be an opportunity to rise higher. You're not just enduring, you're building a legacy of strength. 7. Rule of emotional balance. Conquer the chaos. Turn your attention inward now. Stop using moments of chaos as excuses or times to panic. Instead, seize these moments. This is the Stoic way. Imagine you're in a storm, the wind howling, rain pouring, everything in chaos around you. The natural instinct is to tense up, to react wildly. But Stoicism teaches us something profound, to find tranquility not by avoiding the storm, but by mastering our response to it. Seneca said, "If you really want to escape the things that harass you, what you're needing is not to be in a different place, but to be a different person." Chaos is inevitable. Life will always throw unexpected curveballs, but it's how you meet these moments that defines your emotional balance. View your emotions as waves. They rise and fall, sometimes crashing with intensity. But the sea, like your true self, remains the same at its core. The key is perspective. When you change how you see the storm, it loses its power over you. In the moments when your world seems out of control, remember, you cannot change the wind, but you can adjust your sails. Recognize when an emotional wave is rising. Breathe into it, let it crest, and then let it pass. Do not cling to it. Do not fight it. Let it flow through you and away. Your emotions should be tools, not tyrants. Use them to learn, to become stronger, rather than letting them control you. Epictetus taught us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. As chaos swirls around you, be like the eye of the storm, calm, aware, and decisive. Ask yourself, how can I use this moment? Instead of, why does this happen to me? Each instance of chaos is a gift, a test of your fortitude, and a step towards achieving inner stillness. If you want to keep receiving these reminders, click the subscribe button now. It's a small action for you, but a giant step for your mind. When emotions surge, remember that they are temporary visitors. Treat them kindly, learn from them, and let them move on. Marcus Aurelius once advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Control your mind, control your life. This is your time to conquer the chaos and rule your emotions with wisdom and patience. Let this be your new pledge. Manifest the calm within, for in stillness you find your truest strength. 8. Rule of presence. Live in the moment. Stop judging your entire life by a single moment. Imagine you could freeze time and truly experience the world around you. Live in this moment. Be present now. Every thought, every breath, anchored in the now is a step towards true mastery over self. Too often, we get lost in the storm of worries or dreams, always somewhere else, never here. I want you to pause right now and comment, live in this moment. Be present now, below. Do it to solidify this manifesto in your reality. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Think about it. You're at a family dinner, surrounded by loved ones, yet you're absent, consumed by tomorrow's worries or yesterday's regrets. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Right now, what is your soul reflecting? Is it the burden of what-ifs, or the vibrant hue of presence? If you're not careful, life will fly by, and you'll be left clinging to missed opportunities. Consider a craftsman carving a sculpture. His focus is complete. Every touch is deliberate. He's not distracted by past errors or the final product. He's immersed in the here and now, fully engaged in every motion. This is how you must approach your daily life. Be deliberate. Be engaged. Each present moment is an opportunity to shape your destiny. Seneca wisely noted, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." How often have we let happiness slip because we were elsewhere in our minds? Slow down for a second. When you truly live this minute, not the next, anxiety fades. Peace grows. Your connections deepen. This is the kind of wisdom I share every week. If you found this valuable, subscribe so you never miss it. Imagine treating your spouse or friend with the respect and attention you typically reserve for strangers. Imagine doing the same with yourself. Being truly present allows this respect to flourish. So be awake. Be aware. Let go of the imaginary time machine in your mind that robs you of the now. Embrace each moment as a gift. Your power lies not in controlling the future, but in mastering the present. This moment, right here, is where life happens. It's where you find strength and purpose. Stay with it and watch your life transform. 9. Rule of value alignment. Filter your choices. You have a choice to make, and it might change everything. Every action you take, every decision you make, either aligns with your values or it does not. This is why the rule of value alignment is crucial. It acts as a filter, a warrior's shield, against those destructive choices that tempt you. Think of Epictetus, who said, "First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Are your actions lining up with the person you wish to become? Or are they leading you down a path of regret and compromise? Each day, small choices gather like drops of water filling a vessel. Will your vessel overflow with fulfillment or frustration? Picture your life as a movie, with you as both the director and the lead actor. Your values are the script. If you deviate from it, you cast yourself into roles you'd rather not play, roles that drain your peace and anchor you in self-doubt. But when your actions reflect your script, you transform your story. You rise as the hero of your own life. James Clear writes about the power of small, atomic habits, which align tightly with values. Just like Marcus Aurelius taught, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Let those thoughts forge your values and allow them to guide each decision. Pause for 1 second. If this is hitting you, hit that subscribe button. It tells me to keep making these for you. Let's apply this to a modern scenario. Imagine you're struggling with digital addiction. Every scroll, every click, drifts you further from what truly matters. You're carried away in a current not of your own making. Now visualize a boundary, a sacred fence crafted by your core values. It's strong, protective, keeping distractions at bay, allowing only what nurtures your soul to pass through. Take a moment to assess. What are your values? How can each choice you make strengthen them? Let these questions become the compass that directs you. Because in the end, the freedom we seek is rooted in discipline, just as Seneca believed. Most powerful is he who has himself in his power. Decide to take control. Align your life with what you truly value, and every choice will lead you to a better version of yourself. 10. Rule of self-reflection, mirror of truth. Power is nothing without self-awareness. If you want mastery over your impulses, this next step is crucial. You must become your own mirror. Self-reflection is that powerful mirror. It's where the truth of who you are and who you're meant to be reveals itself. Marcus Aurelius often wrote to himself, examining his actions and thoughts each day. He saw this as polishing the mirror of life. Without this practice, you cannot see your true self. You remain trapped in the shadows of your desires and distractions. So ask yourself, why do you do what you do? If you're caught in the grip of digital addiction, reflect on it deeply. Consider what moments trigger your escape into the digital world. Are you bored? Anxious? Running from something? This is your chance to confront those truths. Dip the ladle of reflection into the river of your day. Scoop out a moment and scrutinize it under the bright light of your own awareness. Reflection is not a quick pass over the surface. It's a dive into deep waters. As Epictetus advised, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. So, who do you want to be when you face this mirror of truth? Name it. Own it. Reflect regularly and adjust. Imagine you're polishing a gem. It doesn't happen in an instant. It's a slow process of uncovering the beauty beneath the rough exterior. Let self-reflection be your tool, your polish, as you discover the truths waiting within. If you want to keep receiving these reminders, click the subscribe button now. It's a small action for you, but a giant step for your mind. Now, let's bring it down to a modern example. Suppose you're in a relationship where you often feel misunderstood, and you retreat to your phone rather than engage. Reflection whispers in your ear, dig deeper. Is it fear? Is it pride? Recognize these moments. They are your path to growth. Use your insights to change your approach. Like water refusing to be held back, let the truth direct you to new shores. Be like the Stoics, firm, honest, persistent. With every reflection, you carve a path closer to your ideal self. The mirror of truth reveals the best way forward, showing how aligned your actions are with your core values. Step into that reflection fearlessly. Let it guide you to the freedom you seek. 11. Rule of discipline. Forge an iron will. The Stoics knew that discipline doesn't just happen, it's forged. Like crafting iron, it requires fire and hammering. You must build an iron will to master your actions and reactions. Let's cast our minds back to Epictetus, a former slave who became one of the great philosophers. He taught that the key to freedom is within our minds. It isn't the chains that bind you, but your thoughts. Consider your daily life. You're standing in line at a coffee shop. It's slow, and your patience is thin. Your mind whispers, "Get annoyed." But here's where the will gets forged. With discipline, you choose not to react. You decide to reflect, to breathe. Like Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." To forge an iron will, you must understand this. Your mind is your kingdom. Control begins when you choose to focus on what you can change, your response. All else is noise. Your will becomes the sword that cuts through distractions. If you want to keep receiving these reminders, click the subscribe button now. It's a small action for you, but a giant step for your mind. Let's visualize this strength in practice. Imagine feeling a wave of anger. Instead of allowing it to flood your actions, you pause. You see it. You understand it. Then you decide, not today. You channel that energy into something positive. With practice, this control becomes natural, like Marcus Aurelius meditating each sunrise, reviewing where his thoughts aligned or strayed. Practice turning the storm within into calm seas. Your iron will emerges, not by bending the world to fit your desires, but by mastering the art of inner peace. You are the master. Your thoughts follow your command. Embrace this rule and watch your life transform. 12. Rule of gratitude. Armor of positivity. Gratitude is your ultimate armor. When darkness hits, gratitude lights the path. Imagine this. You're in the middle of a chaotic day. Everything feels like it's spinning out of control, the kind of day that makes you want to scream. But you stop. You take a breath. You think of one thing you're grateful for, a friend's support, the meal you enjoyed, the fact that you have air to breathe. Suddenly, that chaos becomes just noise. Marcus Aurelius said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This is not just about good vibes. It's a strategy. You're redirecting your energy away from despair towards something beneficial. Gratitude is not about denying your problems. It's about shifting focus from what's lacking to what's present. By practicing gratitude, you're reinforcing your inner citadel. Gratitude is like armor against the negativity of daily life. It strengthens your mind's defenses. It gives you clarity. It allows you to respond from a place of abundance instead of scarcity. You become resilient. Here's a powerful exercise. Each morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Simple, but transformative. This daily ritual guides your mind to seek out goodness, even amidst chaos. Pause for 1 second. If this is hitting you, hit that subscribe button. It tells me to keep making these for you. Now, imagine approaching every challenge with this mindset. The world doesn't get to decide your day. You do. Gratitude is the compass that steers you to calm seas, even when the world seems stormy. You're not ignoring the storm. You're choosing to rise above it, mastering your inner world just like Seneca would advise. In the end, life might throw punches, but with gratitude, you have a shield. Recognize the power in this practice. Let it be your armor, your light, your anchor. 13. Rule of forgiveness. Free your mind. Forgiveness. If you're carrying the weight of past grudges or mistakes, you're about to make a huge mistake. Clinging on can poison your present. You need to understand this. I free myself by forgiving others. This isn't just about them. It's about releasing your grip on the past. Your peace depends on it. I want you to pause right now and comment, "I free myself by forgiving others," below. Do it to solidify this manifesto in your reality. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Think about Marcus Aurelius, who understood that holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Doesn't that hit home? Every day, we face situations where people might wrong us. But choosing to carry that hurt saps your strength. Imagine forgiveness like opening a window in a dark room. You let the light in, and that light is freedom. It's not about the person you're forgiving. It's about freeing you from a self-imposed prison. Forgiveness is letting the sunlight into your life. And remember, as Epictetus wisely said, we suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgments about them. If you constantly replay your grievances, you are voluntarily reliving your suffering. Decide right now to forgive and release. Letting go means you reclaim your energy, your focus, your life. Notice this. Forgiveness doesn't mean you condone the harm. It means you value your peace more than the pain. By forgiving, you control the narrative. You decide the role of past grievances in your present life. If you want to keep receiving these reminders, click the subscribe button now. It's a small action for you, but a giant step for your mind. Remember Seneca's word, the greatest remedy for anger is delay. So, each time anger or bitterness arises, take a breath, detach from that emotion, and choose to forgive. This is your path to peace. The act of forgiveness is more than an obligation. It is your weapon to create your reality. Choose it every day and feel your mind become lighter, freer. Rediscover the art of living by embracing forgiveness. Use it as your key to unlock the door to a more serene existence. Take ownership of your reactions. Burn that anger into ash and phoenix your way toward a brighter future. 14. Rule of detachment. Cut the cords. You are tangled in a web, and the only way out is to cut the cords. The rule of detachment. Cut the cords is about understanding that true freedom begins where attachment ends. In your life, there are strings pulling at you, controlling your decisions, your emotions, your very being. These attachments can be relationships, possessions, or ideas that no longer serve you. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Cut the cords that bind your happiness to external factors. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you free yourself from the illusion that you need things outside your control to be fulfilled. Picture a kite. It soars to the skies not because it is tied down, but because it is guided with purpose. Like the kite, you must be intentional about where you let your mind fly. Let your values guide you, not your desires. Reflect on this. What cords are holding you back from reaching the heights you're destined for? Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Often, the things you cling to are constructs of the mind. They exist only because you, yourself, have given them power. Question these attachments. Ask yourself if they help you grow or if they stifle your spirit. Now, imagine cutting just one cord. Imagine the lightness, the relief as the weight falls away. If this idea is resonating with you, pause for a second. If this is hitting home, hit that subscribe button. It tells me to keep making these for you. Back to cutting the cords. Start small. Maybe it's an expectation you've clung to, or an old grudge. Examine it from all sides, then let it drift away. You are capable of immense freedom and happiness when you master detachment. Like Epictetus taught, only the educated are free. Educate yourself on what truly matters and release what doesn't. In doing this, you step onto the path of a true Stoic, one who finds joy and meaning in every moment because they are not tethered to anything but the present. Let go and cherish the liberation. 15. Rule of acceptance. Embrace reality. Cutting the cords is liberating, but to stay free, you must embrace what is in front of you. Reality. Resistance to reality fuels inner conflict. You see, here's the rule. Accept the world as it is, not as you wish it to be. This acceptance does not mean passivity. It means clarity. Now, imagine standing firm like Marcus Aurelius, who governed an empire yet remained rooted in the truth of life's unpredictability. He famously wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Yes, true power lies in your response. Here's the heart of the matter. When addiction clouds your judgment, your vision turns hazy. You dream about what should be instead of dealing with what is. This gap, the chasm between reality and fantasy, is where suffering breeds. By embracing reality, you connect with what actually is. Only then can you effectively steer your life. Let's use a story to anchor this. Picture a captain on a ship. The sea is rough, waves are high, but the captain accepts the storm. He adjusts the sails, steers clear of rocks, and trusts his skills. He doesn't curse the wind, he uses it. You are that captain. Life is that sea. The challenges are inevitable, but when you face them with acceptance, you navigate through them. Pause for 1 second. If this is hitting you, hit that subscribe button. It tells me to keep making these for you. And now, let's apply this understanding. In relationships, in work, in personal habits. Look at what's real, not what you imagine or desire. As Seneca said, true happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. Observe what is, adapt to what isn't perfect, and lay down the burden of resistance. To embrace reality is to dissolve illusions. It's a choice that brings peace. Live by this rule, and the chaos outside becomes manageable, transforming into a serene inner world, a world where you set your course, grounded and free. 16. Rule of progress. Celebrate small wins. You might think, why should I bother with small wins? They seem insignificant. But consider this. A towering mountain is climbed step by step. Small wins are those steps. They build your path to success and eventually to mastery. In the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Those small wins are not just progress. They are the building blocks of your grand journey. They transform obstacles into stepping stones. Celebrate these victories. Did you resist a moment of temptation today? Great. Did you choose to be disciplined for 5 minutes more than yesterday? Amazing. Each action you take reinforces your strength. Treat these not as mere actions, but as conscious affirmations of your resilience. Think of an athlete in training. Each day they show up, do the routine, celebrate the small improvements, be it lifting a little heavier, running a bit faster, or perfecting a technique. Over time, these add up to spectacular achievements. This is what you're doing with each small win against addiction, training your mind, muscle by muscle, until control isn't just a word, but a way of life. These wins fuel you. They reignite your commitment. When you acknowledge them, you tell yourself, I am moving forward. I am capable. And this mindset, grounded in reality and action, is what powers true transformation. Now, let me pause here for a moment. If this insight resonates with you, consider sharing this journey with me by subscribing. This is the kind of wisdom I share every week. If you found this valuable, subscribe so you never miss it. Returning to our focus, don't let smallness fool you. These are powerful catalysts. Your brain is wired to respond to positive reinforcement. Each time you recognize and celebrate a small win, you wire your brain to crave more. So grab every small win, cherish it, and let it motivate the next. This is your conquering strategy. Seneca wisely reminds us, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Each small win is a fresh start for the next one. As you go forth, remember, success is not a big leap. It's a collection of small steps. Collect them like treasure. Let these victories become the compass that guides you through life's storms, one step and one win at a time. The transformation, liberate your true self. Each time you take a step forward in your journey, you bring yourself closer to liberation. The goal here? It's not just to break free from addiction, but to truly transform and liberate your true self. Marcus Aurelius once said, Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Liberation is about action, not just thought. It's about doing and becoming better each day. You stop just thinking about who you want to be and start becoming them step by step. So, take a moment to visualize your transformed self. How do you feel? What has changed? Let this vision guide you. It's possible. It's within your reach, but it requires you to commit to each brushstroke, each step, with purpose and intention. This is the path to liberation. Will you step onto it? Remember, I am the master of my fate. I control my response to every challenge. Now, wear this mantra and carry it with you. Embrace the transformation and liberate your true self. Each day is your new beginning. Make it count. And when it gets tough, remember the Stoics' promise: endurance and resilience. You have this power within you. Dare to unleash it.